Hello viewers, me and team here. Welcome back to Let's Play Civ 4. In the last part, well, that's probably a post-commentary, because I checked and I'm annoyed. It seems like no matter what system you use, Windows, Linux, probably Mac too, the game and the system want to screw you when you try to record. Yes, and people always have these recording issues. Man, even like experienced players, you've done this thing for years, like me, but not just me. Also, people with hundreds of thousands of subs still get sound recording issues. And guess what? I got sound recording issues in the first video because my system decided to change my settings so that I had both streams be my voice and none of them be the game. So we will be doing another post commentary on that. But I do want to continue the gameplay and the commentary. So we'll just go with, I don't know what I'll do for the post-commentary. Usually I do questions from the viewers, but since that's going to be the first video, well, that's not going to work out now, is it? Also, let's go ahead and set our timer. Yes, very professional. And let's go with that. Oh, right. Off we go. So in the last part, we got swarmed by barbarians. They got a lucky, sucky attack onto a hill against one of my dudes and win. If he wins again, I'll be pissed and probably rage quit while gouging my eyes with baseball bats. Yeah, mental pictures for wins. And oh, that's a nice effect, you know. That's at least I didn't lose my city. Not that we haven't had these kinds of losses in the past. But, yeah. This is why I hate Barb's viewers. You know, it's not like I'm going to suffer mentally for that. Honestly, I probably won't. I mean, unless they win improbably against the chariot and the warrior, and neither decides to pillage. In which case, if they pillage, I can just replace it. So, it's not like I'm going to suffer in terms of, like, hugely. But what happened just then is still extremely annoying, and you know, a different player in the same game, especially in a multiplayer game, or playing the same map but just gets luckier. You know, now they're however many hammers, they're 30 hammers ahead, and they could get more and more ahead as they're 40 hammers ahead since I already lost the warrior last part, and that kind of stuff starts adding up, and it's all like very, very, very singular battles that affect an outcome in a material sense. And we've seen it in previous videos. I've had an archer I've had a damaged archer attack an archer in a city and kill it and take the city from me, and then that set me back immensely. There's really no good reason for that, but it happens. It happens anytime you have barbarians on. You can get screwed that way. Now here, I had a bit of good luck following my bad luck, and so the typically bogus claim that it evens out. Not as bogus here. We get away with it. Probably don't need a granary. Let's just get another chariot as we grow to another pop size. And then we'll also go with the 2 workers and a settler. Yeah, we just want to get on to all the good tiles around the city. It's simple as that. Fortunately, with another chariot coming out, I decided to cottage this because I'm going to have lots of surplus food no matter what in that city. Ooh, first AI that, first AI I really see that I don't like is Bismarck. A lot of people don't respect Bismarck in this game, but he's actually fairly threatening. He can plot war at pleased. He has a unit prob of 30, so he's up there with a lot of the more annoying AIs. He's not super nice. He can get those surprise declarations going. So he's pretty rough, actually. And with this many AI, I'm not sure I want to commit to Alphabet. Still debating going early on calendar. Otherwise I'd have to trade in for some mathematics to do that. Maybe. Also would like to see what's over here. I was going to send out a chariot to scout, but since the barbarians opted to grief me instead, well, we're just going to hold off on that one. And yeah, I can get coverage in the Hague if I need it. Okay. So I'll just basically binary research for a little bit. By binary, I mean dropping my slider to 0% to accrue gold. That way I can invest my commerce into what I care about the most. Really? Yeah, I don't like that either. Fine. Citizens don't eat food while they're unhappy citizens don't eat food while building workers and settlers. So I'll just grow into unhappiness and keep all these good tiles. Simple as that. Yeah, and then I'll overflow into workers and settlers. Okay, so you're going to do the original plan of going up here and scouting. You are going to sit tight, and these workers are going to start improving more tiles. Something I've not been doing in my videos enough recently is getting enough workers to really keep my tile improvements strong. So that's something I'm going to be doing in these videos. And as I mentioned, and is not recorded, something I've been doing in some of my off-screen games or off-recording games that I've posted to the forums in picture summary, but not done here. Anyway, I'm just going to open borders with everybody, get some Diplo bonuses on that, and what have you. Let's go ahead and scout down here. I want to make sure I'm not missing out on anything with my city placements, but most likely the answer to that is no, I'm not, so I'm not too worried. And yeah, this looks like it's water. And so let's go up here. Not too bad on the barbarians. And yeah, this is supposed to be the easiest Immortal map ever or something. It's not going to be the easiest ever. But by the looks and the feel, it is going to be fairly easy. So, not too unhappy with the draw here. This I will probably farm because this city, The Hague, is going to be more production starved, and I guess you can just cover whatever. You can come back up if I need to do that. Yeah, I like that better. Let's get on those cottages. Okay, that's another calendar resource, and it's provided that I settle this city here soonish. I'll be able to get that with a border pop, or I can just come down. So, wow, 2 calendar resources. And the gems. Maybe I do just want to go right there. See, I could not go math and instead go like alphabet and try to trade for it, but I don't trust the AI to get it quickly enough in that case. I could be wrong. Sometimes that happens. It's mostly just an attempt to feel out how quickly the AI is teching. And here... No, we're not going to give a queued up move order because we know how this game cheats. So we're not gonna let it cheat this time. We're gonna play this a little bit more straight in that sense. Try to get on that to improve. Yeah, you just sit there. And by cheating, I mean the game will, if I leave like a queued up move order like that, there's a good chance like the Barbarian goes here or another one comes out of the fog, like maybe right there. And if he has a queued move order, if I start the next turn, there's a good chance my worker will, even despite attempts to interrupt its move, will move into that tile. So I'd rather prevent that, just, you know, avoid any such grief right away by not giving the queued move order. Later in the game, I'm going to give queued move orders to save time, and if my units throw themselves to their deaths, when I'm trying to order them not to throw themselves to their deaths, well, then I'm just going to reload. And people who don't like that, well, screw it. Everyone reloads when they get hosed over to that extent, unless you're playing like BODM or something where you're not allowed to reload. And even then, it's horse crap. You know, you really should be able to reload when the game forcibly moves a unit against what you were trying to order. Anyway, I'm going to chop this since I'm just going to settle there anyway. This is a little bit problematic, this warrior, so I'm going to try and, I can't do a whole lot about him. Shoot. I'm going to get my pig pillaged. And yeah, it looks like I got the religion shipped to me, which is nice. Another good city down there, too. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll move as if to pillage me, and that will give me time to defend. Oh yeah, I could go sailing. Well, I do need sailing en route to, what is it? Calendar. And I have so much research, let's just do it. I'm not expanding at any blistering rate or anything like that. And okay, Barb Archer is opting... Well, I don't know what it's opting. I guess it's going to pillage my mine. It's not really the priority thing for me to be working. So we're going to do this, and I think this, just in case. That should give me the best coverage. It can pillage the pig and there, but it can't do a whole lot else. Man, that archer's placement is extremely annoying. It's going to delay no matter what I do. I can't cottage or anything. I'm just going to have to chop. Wait a turn and chop. Hopefully it opts to attack me and not pillage. If it opts to pillage, it's just going to be my territory longer. I hate barbarians. You know, more so than actually being a real challenge, because in the end, is this going to affect the outcome? Not really. But, yeah, they can be really frustrating. So, okay, you go there, and you just go protect the horsies. Lots of barb cities up there. Maybe I want to build out a little bit more in terms of the chariots. And you can just heal up. That's fine. Yeah, I'll have city number 4 up soon. Not a blistering pace, but I'll get 6 cities easily. 5 is on its way. 6 will be there. I'm going to want to get down here. I don't know what AIs are off to the east, but I'll find that out soon enough. And once that's set, then I'll be in good shape.
You can't direct the wind.
Regardless, I'm not completely guaranteed to get... No, I'm pretty well guaranteed to get at least 2 calendar resources. So going for calendar, not too bad, especially since the AI really hates trading that. I guess because it's attached to Mausoleum, so the AI will frequently attempt to build that wonder. And because it's trying to build the wonder, it will not trade the technology. So if you want it, it's one of those things where you have to get it reasonably early. And yeah, now that I am looking at... This should be farmed. And yeah, I'll build a warrior here for garrison. What was I saying? Now that I'm looking at multiple calendar resources, that's probably good. And do I want another chariots, or can I just go workers and settlers? I'll just go workers and settlers, that's fine. All fine. Wasn't anyone stationed to go down there? Oh yeah, now that the barbarians have spawned in like this, that's what I was going with my train of thought. They're a lot less likely to pressure me in heavy numbers like they were a moment ago. Well, relatively heavy numbers. Because the cities themselves block additional barbarians from spawning in the 2-tile unit radius rule. So you're not going to have as many barbarians once barbarian cities show up, ironically. Yeah, whatever. For Axis, fail Axis, take your pick. They like making their wonky rules. You know, we just have to live with it. Man, I get so much flack for calling them fail Axis sometimes. It's fun to do. But that's what I think of your 4 times barb galley spawn rate, so ha. Go ahead and grab a greenery here. Come on, game. Don't make me do this. Yes, I know the hill's a little bit better. Durr. But seriously. Alright, we'll push that in. We'll still get our worker in 2 turns. We'll be improving cottages through their growth. And since I'm chopping here, I want this going to the capital. Get another worker out. I'm going to want to get the cow improved, and I'm going to want to try and get this settled so that I can block. I still haven't verified. Zara is probably to my east, judging by the types of units here. But the barbarians are going to slow up his expansion, so that gives me a little bit of time. We're doing okay on land area, especially given... Oh my god, I'm blowing it out in GNP and Immortal. Oh geez. Yeah, so I probably have some AI to the east, but the Barb cities will slow down their willingness to settle in my direction, which is nice. You know what, you wouldn't be a bad city to additionally garrison my military a little bit. And what else? I think I want to chop here and get a means to protect the pigs more readily so I don't run into a situation like I had just a moment ago. You can build pastures. And they are green pastures, which are the nicer type of pasture, if you ask me. I'm also considering switching into Buddhism soon, because that'll give me another pop in Amsterdam, all my cities, really. And really not a lot of downside. No one else has any religions founded on this part of the world, so yeah, it's just a Diplo bonus with a happiness bonus and the ability to run some civics, all beneficial. You know what? Maybe I do want to build the barracks first in this city. I do want something that can actually capture the Barb cities, and I want that soonish. So yeah, we'll just go with that. Go with some chops here. And hopefully I can beat the Koreans down to this city site. They'll probably settle something in here before they'll go for the fish and wheat. Fish and wheat. Fish and wheat. It's yummy stuff. I tell you what. So anyone pick up alphabet yet? Nope. Not that I'd expect them to do so. Sometimes the AI gets it pretty early, and then sometimes not so much. So you can't really rely on that. And it's the same thing when you go early aesthetics. You can't really rely on that. And okay, so there's Bismarck. I'm going to want to settle east fairly soon as well then. Hey, this just won't give me a break. This guy might hop back into the city though, because the city is quote-unquote threatened. So the barbarians will try and defend it. Just a bit, just a bit. And ooh, I get math boosted chops now. It's another reason to go early math. And yeah, one guy building road, probably good enough. And I'll go ahead and farm this. And cottage. Lots of tile improvements, lots of good times. Go ahead and build a lighthouse there next.
If in other sciences we should arrive at certainty without
And hopefully I can
doubt
at least
and
trade
proof
something
without
for
error,
ironworking.
it
It'll be
behooves us
annoying
to
if I
place the
can't.
foundations
Yeah,
of
that
knowledge
archer's hanging out
in
there.
mathematics.
And am I getting trade routes? I am with Seoul. Okay. So sailing is giving me what I need in terms of that. In that case, I'll just bring this worker over to help with the improvements. Oh, and okay, Zara and Bismarck are over here, so they'll be competing for this land. This city's probably going to get culture squeezed. I have enough in vision now so that I can get a rough feel for how I want to play cities. I want one here to pick up the gems. And coastal. This should be okay. This can tile share a corn from the capital, which I'll have the spare food to do that. And work most of the golds. If I really want to, I can maybe plant the city here. I'm not too concerned about that last gold. There's not a lot of food to work it. Now, obviously I'm going to plant a city here. This is a bit of a dead zone. There's not a whole lot going on here. I will eventually fill in a junk city, or multiple junk cities as needed. Maybe something like this. And I don't know after that. But a couple cities I do want. Right here, pick up the deer as well as instant fur. And then this would be nice if it were coast, but it's not, so we're going to drop a city like this to pick up the ivory and fish and compete with this barb city for really all of its resources as well. This one's going to be a bit of a pain to take because it's on a hill, whereas this one is not. And then what am I going to do in the middle here? Well, you know, once again, maybe a filler junk city like this later, but this one, once again, isn't that high of a priority by comparison because it doesn't have any resources. However, it makes, you know, those kinds of cities, once you have civil service for irrigation, still pretty good for whips, still pretty good for drafts. You have a lot of potential you can do with such cities, so no big deal there. One thing I haven't done yet is check war plans. He's not plotting war. He's not plotting war. Okay, Tsar probably is not either. And if they're plotting war, it won't say we won't have anything to gain. It'll say we have enough on our hands right now. And that's when you start crapping your pants because a high-level AI is plotting war and will declare on you soon. No, actually, I recommend against crapping your pants. No, I don't really want to say that's from personal experience, do I? Or do I? No, not so much. But I do recommend against it, certainly. Not something you want to try to do on a routine basis. It really raises the amount of laundry you have to do, and it can get pretty tiresome too. You know, the smell is something you can get used to, but other people around you don't tend to get used to it as easily. So I would go easy on the pants crapping, personally. And there we go. We'll road down to the wheat and fish site. And can I get away? I think I do want to let this city grow then. And we'll just go throw a couple turns into a granary or something. Eventually it's going to grow a lot. When I hit calendar plus ironworking and hook up a couple calendar resources, hook up the elephants, all of a sudden the city is going to grow a lot, and I'm going to use it to pump settlers and workers onto that until that point. But for now, we're good. And we're just going to go ahead and convert to Buddhism. This will win me points with the Koreans, who will probably get to pleased where they won't declare fairly soon as a result of that. You wait. Everyone wait. I want to get to see my settler. Here we go. Yeah, this will wall off, but this is also a good city for, well, not for cottages, but it's good for specialists. So I'll probably use it in that capacity. Okay. Yeah, reason it's not good for cottages, really you want Riverside for cottages. With financial, you can get away with cottage and grassland as well. But, you know, you do need some cities to produce things. So that's something that you would want to look at in terms of, you know, starting to specialize some of your cities aside from your cottage sites. You know, you need to be able to build some units. You need to be able to run some specialists. And that's one of those cities that isn't ideal for cottages. You have not so much grassland, flatland, and lots of plains, but you have strong food bonus resources. So if I put a farm here using civil service, I'll have a 5 food tile, 6 food tile, a couple hills for some basic production, and not so bad on the food. Anyway, that's pretty much my timer that just went off, letting me know that I should split this video off and see you guys in the next part. So until then, the Mean Team signing off.